What up, y'all? Rev here. Just giving you a new update to my DK Fire Mage build. Some minor changes and probably going to be some more changes coming up here soon with gear sets. As soon as I can get the luck to get the items to drop for me, that is. So, of course, let's start off with the basics. Character screen. You notice, of course, magic you want maxed, overcharge, health, 3k health, that's easy to get. Most of my points are put into health anyways. Stam, it's always nice to have, but not too essential for a caster. Magic recovery, not too worried about it since I normally run weakness to elements, elemental drain. And, or somebody else is running it usually, so. And then, of course, you have spell symmetry to get your magicka back, which also increases your next attack damage by 20%, which is pretty nice. I moved away from spell power a little bit more, and I put everything into weapon power. So, like right now, I don't have Igneous up, and I'm just a hair underneath the overcharge, but I put up my Igneous weapons. Go back to character screen. I'm sitting on 211, so that's decent. Spell resist is nice. Armor is a little bit higher than normal. I'll show you why. I still run the shadow. I still have my spell crit at 61%. Of course, my PvP buffs, my mage light, and purple VR5 food. So let's go to. It's pretty much the same build for the most part. Standard of might, extended chains, unstable flame, engulfing flames. I did pick up molten whip for when the new patch comes out 1.6, because as soon as that does, Molten Whip will no longer be based off of weapon crit. It'll go off of spell crit, which will mean this will be the go-to ability, not Crushing Shock, just because the amount of damage you can do with Molten Whip is far more than a silly Crushing Shock. However, it will make sure that you have to be right up on the target, so you lose the flexibility of being able to back off with Crushing Shock. Of course, you want all your passives. I have Dragonfire scaled, haven't used it yet, but have it anyways. Same thing with the armor. Still don't have a need for it. Green Dragon Blood, I put that up if there's fights that require a lot of self-healing. I'll run that on the secondary utility bar. Don't really take the passives except for scaled armor. Moving on to, Earth and Heart, I run Igneous Weapons. Cinderstorm, I have that just for if there's ads in the AoE, just to help the group out if it's maybe at DSA or something. And then the passives. Alright, weapon, going down to Destruction Staff. I use dual Destruction Staff, fire. I was toying around with Unstable Wall. It does some pretty nice damage. It's competitive with Crushing Shock. However, you just can't have the target move. That's the only problem with that. Of course, Crushing Shock, Elemental Drain, very nice ability to have, and Elemental Ring. I have all the passives. Armor, all in the light armor. I put a couple points into heavy, just because I have one heavy item equipped. And then Soul Magic, Soul Summons as usual. Fighter's Guild, Evil Hunter as usual. Flawless Dawnbreaker to increase weapon damage. That's always there. Until the patch comes out, then I'm going to get rid of Crushing Shock most likely. You want the passives. Mage's Guild, Inner Light, Spell Symmetry, and of course the passives that are affected with Spell Symmetry, that is, like Might of the Guild and the such. Alright. Didn't really take any too much from Undaunted. I took in her Rage just because of one of the fights I had to quickly throw up a tanking set just because we didn't have the tank down below with us, so that was an interesting run. Don't really take the Alliance PvP buff skills. You want all your passives for high elf. And then go on to gear. This is where most of the changes have happened, really, is my gear sets. Currently, I am running the 3-piece Soul Shine with weapon damage on all of it now. to make up for the loss of the elegant set that I was wearing prior to this. Of course, I run a 3-piece Twilight's Embrace, 2 Inferno Staffs, the pants, and of course the chest. I still run my 3-piece Aether for the spell crit. And then the new addition to the build is this Valken Scoria's set, 2-piece set. It is an amazing set for a DK to have. Plus, it looks really badass. I'm not a big fan of the helm, but the shoulder piece really adds the flair to the character. But that's also why I have one of the pieces is heavy, just because that's the heavy item that dropped for me. But the 2-piece set is amazing. You get an extra boost to your health just for having one of them on. But the 2-item bonus, 4% chance when damaging an enemy with a damage over time effect to call a meteor, dealing 747 damage to the target and 395 flame damage to other nearby enemies. Now, all that's flame damage, so all your DK passives are increase that damage that it does. It also, when the meteor comes down, it has a chance of critting, which is pretty fucking nice. So, it drops on a regular basis, and so far with that 2-piece set on, I've seen my DPS increased by, say, about 100 DPS on single target. So it's a very nice set. I swapped the elegant set out 2-piece for this. Now, there's going to be a slight change. There's a set called Burning Spellweave that drops off in City of Ash veteran mode. That 5-piece set I'm probably going to farm up as soon as I can get it to drop for me anyways, and replace all these items with it. I will lose my shadow buff, and then because I'll have to go back to Thief, and then I'll probably still be losing about 2% crit by having that 5-piece set on. So I'll take a little hit to my crit, probably about 1 to 2%. So hopefully I can keep it at 60% spell crit, or find a way to do so. But the Burning Spellweave set, if you don't know about it, I would suggest you try to find someone with it and look at it, because the passives on it are just amazing for a DK. I will be trying to run that set later on. But for now, I still have my 3-piece Twilight, 3-piece Aether, and then I have this new 2-piece Valken set. And so I have improved quite a bit on my light weaving for the most part. Sometimes I fuck it up, but the damage is really there with this build and this set. So let's see here. Oh yeah, skills are my bars anyways. Single target main bar is Crushing Shock, Unstable Flame, Engulfing Flames, Elemental Drain, and then Inner Light. And I have Flawless Dawnbreaker up for the passive additional weapon damage. My utility bar, I have my Standard of Might, Inner Light, Spell Sim, Igneous Weapons, Evil Hunter, and Fire Ring. Now, Evil Hunter, you can swap that out for whatever for any fights really. Or sometimes I'll put Spell Sim back up on this bar, move Elemental Drain back down to here, or maybe even run Chains. It's number 2 ability on utility, and then number 4 ability on main bar. Those can be swapped out as needed, so it's really up to you. So I'm going to show you my rotation real quick. It's pretty simple. No real difference between any other DK rotation. What you're going to do is put Igneous up, charge in with a heavy attack, Elemental Drain, Light Weaving attacks in between putting your Engulfing Flames and Unstable Flame up, and your Crushing Shock. And that one I didn't do too good. I only did, as you can see up here, about 940 DPS. Let's see if I can up that real quick. The average for it usually is about, from what I've noticed, about 1100 to 1200 DPS with everything working and me getting my weaves right. Like Sarah, I missed my weave there. 929. Yeah, I can do better than that. I think it's because I'm recording that I'm messing up my rotation. As you can see, those meteors dropping on them. That's fucking love it. And there you go. That's 1224. You can usually get about a 1.1k to 1.2k DPS without even touching your spell crit pots or your banner. So that's if you're doing your weaving correctly, it's pretty easy to do that, and it's it's pretty nice. I would highly recommend this set and build for any DK. The AoE is also pretty insane with this two-piece set, Valken set anyways. And meteors tend to drop a lot. Like as you can see here, meteor damage 13, 16 damage. So that added about another 244 DPS. It's pretty nice. So I hope this build might be something you might be interested in later on, and I hope you got something out of this video. Maybe give you an idea to run the Valken set. It really is amazing. I recommend it for every DK. Plus, as I said before, you look like a badass with it. So this concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and so I'll see you guys next time.